Welcome back to another Blindgorillas Live. We're here with Fabian.
Cheers, y'all. As you already know from the previous slides, if you haven't seen me yet, my name is Fabian, and I'm here to hang out with you guys.
From Twin Seas Music.
We're playing a show tonight right here in beautiful little Dallas at the Mohawk. I'm sorry. Incorrect me. In Austin. And we're playing tonight at the Mohawk. And it's actually a really good time at the venue. We're on their private little patio, smoking a deliciously rolled joint.
Yeah, second floor, guys.
This guy over here.
Mohawk. Shout out to the Mohawk.
Appreciate y'all.
That like looks cool.
Yeah, inside this venue is a really nice intimate feel. There is a large, larger venue that they have for bigger bands, and then they have like a really cool intimate little club inside. And the sound check went amazing. Everything is blasting to people's eye holes, and it's gonna be a really good time tonight. I'm super excited for tonight's set. We'll be kicking it with the other bands. I got a really tasty tequila pineapple drink. Shout out to the bartenders at the Mohawk in Austin because you guys make a very nice drink. Great conversations and great music, actually. The guy was playing some Megadeth earlier, which I thought was really interesting. Countdown to Extinction. So if any of you guys like metal, Megadeth, they were jamming it. How you feeling, man?
I was just thinking, I don't know why, I was thinking about Discord.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Discord, man?
Particularly, honestly, I enjoy it. I have been very fortunate when it came to Discord with my pop. I've had a lot of positive experiences with networking, actually. Not to get too detailed and run onto it, but I dabble with crypto things. And nice week, man. Great week. And through Discord, I was able to network and connect with a bunch of crypto developers and just a lot of really easily attainable information when you meet up with a group of like-minded individuals. And I feel like Discord is a really nice tool that can be used, such as Discord, Telegram, really any social media service. Although I feel like more KYC needs to be implemented in Discord and in Telegram because
What is that?
basically it's
Of course,
I got it.
Oh, it's for sure.
Sorry, chat. Had the door slam open. We had to do a little fixy fix. Okay, so as I was saying, I feel like those apps, such as WhatsApp and Telegram, are rampant with bots and spam. I have WhatsApp and constantly receiving, spam things. People obviously trying to take my information, and I feel like
Cybersecurity is an important topic, I think.
very much so.
Don't give out your information, guys, to random, untrustworthy websites. They'll sell your email, home address,
I mean,
and
take
phone
advantage.
number, but they won't do anything weird. They're just gonna sell it because it's worth something. Your information is worth something, and they're gonna resell it. So
Exactly.
be careful who you give your information to because they're gonna have it unless you give it to them first.
Because these people, they're taking advantage of old people, man. And essentially, with all of these things going on now, I feel like we need to vet more information from these people because, I mean, that was the whole thing with Twitter. When Twitter was valued at like $70 billion or $80 billion, it was valued at that, yeah, sure, because of the advertisement that you can get on there and the information and how popular it is, but it was also because of how many users were on there. But a lot of the users were fake. Think about a nightclub. Would you want to go to the nightclub that has a max capacity of 300 people and there's only 100 real people in there and it's super empty? Or you go to the 300 one and it's full of robots and then only like 20 of the people are real? And that's essentially what was going on. So that's a huge problem. So be authentic, yo.
Stick to what you believe in. Don't let people mold your mind. Grow your own mold.
It's very easy to fall into the trap of being complacent and allowing the world to shape you. But I think you have to shape the world to you, because you are unique, and you have to believe it. You got to realize that there's so much more for you to offer, and it's pretty sweet when you start doing your own thing and you follow your passions. It's not always going to be a straight line up, but you're definitely going to get somewhere. I feel like this trip has been very grateful for the experiences of this trip. Not only because, yeah, sure, playing some shows, but I'm also exploring something that I'm really into, and that my friends are into, and I'm really grateful that you came. And it's just made the experience all the more fun. And for those of you that aren't sure or wonder what I'm speaking of, he's been doing a lot of the videography, and we've been squeezing in these cool little streams to hang out with you guys, which has been really sick. We've had some tasty food, a lot of laughs, not enough naps, but nothing's perfect.
Squeezing.
Yeah. But complaints at a minimum. Even the heat. I thought, the heat was fairly not cool in the beginning. It still kind of feels like a hairdryer's on, but not as much as earlier. When someone's making cookies and then you stand in front of the oven, and it's just like, that's how it felt in the beginning. It still feels like that, but at least I had a cookie there.
Yeah, man. The Arizona heat is no joke.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be gnarly.
We had a AC issue in the van.
Ooh, it's hot. Yeah.
That was when you were driving, right?
That was when I was driving. I was driving just a little update for you guys. So when we left Albuquerque, I had spoken to my little brother. Shout out to Lacuna. And it was 12:35 a.m. And I drove from 12:35 a.m. to 4:05 a.m. And our air conditioning in the van suddenly went out. It was his brother Eddie, who is the singer and guitarist of Twinsies. We were up there, and I couldn't tell if it was sleep deprivation or maybe just the willy-nillys, but I started to realize that it was getting very, very, very hot in that front seat, and it became very peculiar to me. But I let that sit for about 15 minutes. And then I looked over to him and I was just like, hey man, are you hot? And he was like, good God, I'm hot. And he was still wearing his sweater. That's what was throwing me off. He had a sweater on the entire time. I was in just a t-shirt, and I was melting. And then, he reached back, and there's air vents in the back where him and our drummer Edwin were, and those were on full blast. And
When he had the hoodie on?
yeah, he had the hoodie on. He had the hoodie on for like 2 hours. And I was like, dude, are you hot? And he was just like, yeah, I am. And I was like, you're hot. Yeah, take it off. And then finally he took it off, and he was just like, man, I'm so sweaty. And I was just like, dude, you really chose to suffer through that one. So we think that it could be an electrical issue. I am no wizard when it comes to automotive technologies, I will admit.
I researched and I read that there's a part called a blower, and it's part of the AC system in cars. So, possibility.
It's a better guess than I would have asked. I would have been like, damn, why did the transmission do that? Everyone's gonna be like, Fabian, just stay away from everything.
I like learning about cars. I think cars are very interesting.
I wish I knew more about cars.
First thing I did when I got my car was just YouTube. How does an engine work?
There you go.
And then I saw the coolest diagram. It was like a whole action.
Like a really fun, like immersive type thing.
Like
That's
you,
cool.
like they cut it in half. They showed you the parts moving, and I was like, whoa,
I will say
crazy.
this. Okay, I don't know anything about cars, but I am grateful for YouTube because I was able to take off the turbo on my old Passat, my first car that I ever had.
It
had a turbo in it, and I took it out, and I did that with YouTube because I had no idea.
Yeah, how was that? Like hands-on,
It was definitely like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And I was like, okay, cool. And it definitely took way longer than it should have. I'm sure. And it took way longer than it should have, but it got done. And that is what you guys are gonna be left with. Sometimes when you guys do things, maybe it's gonna take a little longer, or maybe it's gonna take a little bit easier. It's kind of like making some really good pancakes. Sometimes the pan you make them in, it's narrow, and then your pancakes come out a little thicker. So that means you have to flip it more and flip it more. That way each side doesn't get overcooked. But other times, things are gonna be a little easier, and you're gonna have a large, wide pan, and you'll be able to get a nice, even spread for your pancakes. Those you'll be done in a flash. And that's what life is, man. Life's pancakes, but you never know the size of the pan. So always be ready to adapt. And my voice cracked right there. Oof, I'm feeling the spirit. But yeah, always be ready to adapt and know that, you know, sometimes it might be taking too long, and sometimes you realize it don't take that long at all. But no matter what, you gotta hang in there because you got pancakes at the end of the day. And you got anything left to say to the chat, man?
I want to say positive, homie chat. I started saying positive, homie talk as well. The word talk I feel is a good change for that.
Very much so.
You know, it's like more active. You know, like the chat is just like, you know, like a group.
Yeah.
And then I feel like the talk, like positive homie talk, is like, you know, just actively doing it.
No, it's true. I mean, he actually pointed it out to me, and you know, I have a peculiar sense of humor, and I will catch myself though doing a negative self-talk or not the most positive homie talk, and I'm trying to make an effort. Well, I know I am making an active effort to shape my language and just be a little better. You know, provide the atmosphere because, you know, we're all part of the same chill zone. So I was like, might as well reinforce my area and then take a step in yours and see if I can help you out. And maybe just calling you a dumbass when you mess up on something isn't the best way to do that.
Me, when I start matches in video games, I always say, good luck, have fun, guys. You know, and my friend here, he has a ranked match right now. He's about to go live.
It's true.
Twin Seas at the Mohawk, Austin, Texas. Tonight.
It's gonna be a good night, y'all. All right, you guys have a good night. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I see you, viewer. That's what's up.
Shout out to the comedians too in where are we again? Austin.
Oh, in Austin, dude. Yeah,
Shout out to the comedians in Austin, Texas.
there's a bunch of dope comedians.
Who do you want to shout out?
Dang. All right, let's see. Shout out Enrique Chacon. Shout out. Dude, we went to Buc-ee's today, but you know, you probably weren't working, or maybe it was a different Buc-ee's. I don't know. That would have been tight to see run into you there. That would have been sick. Let's see. Shout out Shane Gillis. Shout out Tony Hinchcliffe. Shout out Brian Holtzman. Shout out Derek Poston. Shout out to all the regulars at the Comedy Mothership and Tony and Kill Tony. My little brother is gonna go see Tony Hinchcliffe. I actually bought tickets a couple months ago to see him in Ontario, but then we had the tour happen. But my little brother's gonna go see him because, you know, I just gifted tickets to him. I got him as a surprise for him, and now he can just take his girl or one of his friends. Eddie, have a good time. I actually need to shoot you those tickets because that show's in like 2-3 days. So have a good time, y'all, and don't forget to, don't forget to make an effort to have a good time. Don't wait for that shit to come to you. You know? Hey, and then here's Cruzy. Careful with, don't let it lock us out.
Un Poquito, and Danny Brown.
Hey, shout out Danny Brown.
It's good. Sit down, bro. Sit down. I'll sit down. Okay.
Let me grab my stuff real quick. I'm gonna grab my drink.
We just had like a whole podcast. Anything you gotta say to the chat, bro?
Here's things up to the chat.
What's up, chat? It's been a long time since we last talked. I hope nothing significant has changed in a poor way, only positive ways.
Oh my God.
We just did the pizza review.
Oh yeah? What was the pizza review?
Bro, it was good, bro.
Did it good?
Yeah?
Like the dough. The dough was great.
It was thin
and squeeze in.
crispy.
Oh, that dough was fantastic.
Yeah, it wasn't too thick, huh?
I had 0 issues. Okay, so I'm gonna give my honest review of that place. So we already talked to the chat earlier. Chat, sorry guys, we ain't dipping out yet. All right, so my only gripe, and I mentioned it earlier, and you know it was my fault because I didn't show up early enough. Is I wanted to get the pizza maker's choice, and unfortunately
It was just pepperoni or cheese.
Cheese
Yeah.
and pepperoni.
Yeah.
I think if anything, that's just them just being like, that's the pizza maker's choice, which would be really hilarious. I wouldn't mind the sarcastic dry humor for that. But the crust was fantastic, and that was like already what set everything off.
That's that classic New York pizza.
Dude, on my second slice, I bit my
What was
crust.
it called?
The name of the place was Hoboken Pizza. The
Is it
reason
Hoboken
it's Hoboken Pie
Yeah.
The reason it's called Hoboken Pie is because it's New Jersey. It's based on like a New Jersey.
Easy.
Yeah, because Hoboken is a neighborhood in New Jersey.
Yeah, say it.
Joyzy. Joyzy.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Shout out Twin C's. Good luck, have fun.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
We're
do
going
our
on at
best.
11 p.m. tonight,
Have
which is
fun,
in
Have a great night.
1 hour and 36 minutes, y'all.
Unless you got anything you want to add, you know?
I'm good. Thank you, though.
For sure. You, David?
Let's see, last thing I want to add is Twin T's album coming out, we believe at the end of August, and that is what we shoot for. We're going to have vinyl, we're going to have shirts, we're going to have stickers, we're going to have buttons, we're going to have high fives and hugs at the show, but those are extra. Y'all have a good night.
Where are we going next to? What's like the next two cities?
We're going to El Paso.
Oh, we going to El Paso.
Yeah.
Then where we going?
Then we're going to Yuma.
We're going to Yuma.
Actually, I lied. We're going to Bisbee. Then
Psych.
Yuma.
Bisbee, shout out Bisbee. I heard a lot of great
Yeah,
things so far.
we're going to stay in a haunted hotel, so that should be fun.
Ooh, it's going to get spooky.
Spoopy. All right. See you later, chat.
I hope no ghost Venmo me $3,000.